What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for what's this thing called? Family Reunion, Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion. And so we picked the episode up where we left off in season 1, episode 9. Next week is the finale. So we pick up where we left off with Erica drunk, basically taking jabs at Safari at every turn, every chance she gets. And it's just the Erica and Safari show. I'm over it. Later on that night, we know that it is Zell's event. He's doing a fashion show. Everybody has to dress their best, dress to impress. I think the theme is you are a diamond or shine bright like a diamond or something dealing with diamond child. And so later on that night, everybody shows up and everybody looks really, really nice, you know, especially the ladies. The ladies showed up and showed out. Rich, listen, we can say a whole lot about Rich. Peter, I mean not Rich, but Peter Guns. But Peter Guns know how to make a suit look good. Now listen, we could say a whole lot about Peter, but Peter be dressing up, okay? Peter was looking real nice, okay, in his little suit, okay? But everybody came in and he had everybody walk the runway and sort of show themselves off. And he said, listen, everybody's a diamond. Everybody, you know, shines bright. And he asked everybody to come up on stage and just basically give their testimony on how they real manifested their diamond. You know what I mean? Manifested, I guess, who they were. Two things stood out in this moment. One, when Amina showed up, she had Cisco carrying her train because her dress had a long train. And of course, Peter was not here for it because, you know, Peter ain't forgot that Amina and Cisco was hanging out down to the Super Bowl at his apartment down in New Jersey. I feel like I remember all them details. Either I remember them details or I just made that up in my head. But I feel like that's what had happened. Zell started off and he explained, he said, you know, he said, a lot of people saw me in my lowest point on, you know, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But he said what a lot of people didn't realize was I was living in a hotel. Like I was really dealing with some deep dark days. But I'm here now and I'm doing better, yada yada yada. The other person's testimony that I thought was deep was Peter Guns. And Peter had mentioned this early on, but what Peter had said was, he said, you know, he said, I was a dad by 17. I was a felon by 20. Dropped out of high school in the 10th grade. He said, I wasn't even qualified to get a job at Starbucks. And he kind of got choked up a little bit. You know, he got choked up a little bit, but he said, listen, he said, but, you know, by the grace of God, you know, I'm here. You know, I ain't perfect. I done made mistakes, but I'm here. You know, Bobby spoke on, you know, his challenges, but the fact that he came through it and he's where he is, you know. So I felt like everybody gave their testimony and they had something to speak on, and it was nice. It looked like it was a nice evening. Now at the end of the evening, Safari was like, listen, earlier in the day, Erica was drunk as hell doing what she was doing. He said, now I'm drunk, and I don't even really drink like that, but I just felt like I wanted to drink, and I'm a little tipsy. But he gets on the mic and he basically tells Erica, look, I love you. I want to be with you. I don't want the divorce, and I'm not signing no damn divorce papers. He was like, listen, you might not want to hear nothing I'm saying right now, and that's fine, but I just want you to know how I feel. Erica walked away, and she had a moment with Brooke, you know, where she was crying, and she was like, it just hurts. It just hurts so bad. Like, it just hurts so bad, you know. The next day is their wedding anniversary. It's their 2-year wedding anniversary. So that morning, the guys go out on the boat. It's Safari, Marcus, Jules, Zell, I think. I think it's just the 4 of them. But they have like a heart-to-heart with Safari. They're like, listen, what is it that you want? Like, what do you want? And he said, you know, basically he said, listen, it just gets easy to just lie. I don't want to deal with the arguing. I don't want to deal with it. So I just lie. Now, I feel like that was his way of admitting that he lied about buying them roses for that girl. But he said, not even to my wife, just in general, like, it's just easier for me to lie, you know. Now, while he's having that conversation, Brooke is talking to Erica. And Erica is telling her the same thing. Like, listen, it's just hard. I've been hurt. Oh, sorry about that. He said, you know, I've been hurt. I mean, she said I've been hurt, and I just I'm over it. I'm done. Like that was the last straw. Like I can't keep opening myself up to being hurt. Now Marcus and Jules are like, listen, if you want your family, you want your marriage, you're gonna have to fight for it. But you gotta come at her and you gotta be sincere. You gotta be honest, you gotta be sincere, and you have to tell her what it is that you want. And you know, she gonna see through the bullshit. So you gotta be, but you gotta talk to her. Like you gotta keep trying. If this isn't what you want, you gotta keep trying. You gotta keep trying. And so he was like, I will. You know, so later on that day is Jewel's event, and he's doing Harlem by the Bay. So he basically is doing a basketball tournament turned into a day party. You know, sort of. They never say the rucker, but basically that's what they're talking about. They're talking about like a basketball tournament. He said as a kid he remember seeing some of the best street ball players, and it was just an event, and all of Harlem turned out. In the rucker in Harlem? I'm almost certain the rucker is in Harlem. But either way, so they had, you know, Jewel was one team captain, Tara was the other team captain, and he got to pick first because it was his event. And of course, he picked Booby, NBA World Champion Booby. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you pick Booby? But it ended up being like Booby, Cisco, Safari, and I think Zales against Stevie, Bobby, Rich. I don't even know if Peter played, child. But neither here nor there. Needless to say, Booby team won. Booby team won. And then after the game, you know, they, like I said, they transitioned into like a day party. But Jules gave them a shout out, you know, gave Safari and Erica a shout out because today is their anniversary. And of course, Erica was over it. She didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to talk about it. She didn't want to have a moment about it. Safari wants to talk to Erica, but of course he's scared to talk to Erica. The ladies decided they're going to plan something nice for Erica. Like, listen, it's her anniversary. We know it's a rough day for her. She's probably feeling some kind of way. She in her feelings. So we want to talk to her about it. You know, I mean, we want to do something for her. So they decided they're going to have like roses and strawberries and drinks, and just to get her mind off of, you know, off of it. Just to let her, you know, get her mind off of the situation. And, Child Mimi got a lie to get her to come because, you know, she don't want to come down to where they are because for obvious reasons. You know, she in her room. She probably don't feel like being bothered with it. But, you know, Mimi put on a sad voice and was like, girl, I need to talk to you. No, for real, I just need my friend. I just need you to come and talk to me. Girl, I felt like Shekinah. Shekinah said, now, Mimi, you did that a little too easy, girl. I might not be able to trust you no more. And I was like, I'm with her because that was real easy. Like, I ain't bad, but I ain't bad, BB. I ain't bad. You got her down there. You mission accomplished. You got her down there, okay? So, they had a moment, you know, and Erica was like, this is just what I needed. It was all the ladies and then Bobby, child. You know Bobby, honorary girl. But everybody was down there, and, you know, they were like, listen, we just want to let you know that you're surrounded by love. You're surrounded by positivity. We're here for you, whatever you need from us. You know, we know this is a rough day for you, but we got your back, girl. And she was like, you know, this is what I needed. Like, I appreciated my girls. You know, I got my old friends here. I got some new friends I made while I was here. And I just appreciate that y'all being here for me and showing me some love. So while they were there, Safari shows up. And, of course, once Safari shows up, everybody leaves. And Safari tells her, listen, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you the way you needed me to be there for you during your pregnancy. I was wrong for that. I'm sorry that I have created an environment where you don't trust me and you don't trust this relationship. I'm sorry. She said, well, where's all this coming from? Like, why now? And he said, because I realized that I don't want this to end. I don't want a divorce. And I need you to know that I sincerely apologize. I need you to know that and understand that I sincerely apologize. And so, I mean, of course, there's nothing to say. Like, she's not going to jump back into his arms, you know. It's a lot of water under the bridge. And he said that. He said, I know that this doesn't make everything okay. I just hope that this is like the first step of moving in that direction. But I know this doesn't make it all better, right? So So while this is going on, the fellas are meeting up. You have Rich, you got the Creep Squad, plus Stevie J, who I feel like is just an honorary member of the Creep Squad. They're talking, and Peter brings up the fact that he didn't really appreciate what Cisco did the day before with Amina. He said, you really been playing games with Amina, and I don't appreciate it. Like, I don't know how many times I gotta tell you that the shit's not funny and it's not cute. Stop using my wife. Like, stop playing games with my wife. Like, it's not cute. It's not a joke. And he said, there's plenty of women out there. If you want you a woman, you go get you a wife. Like, there's plenty of women out there. You don't need mine. And of course, then Cisco got upset because we know he's going through the divorce. He doesn't have his kids, and so he was like, "Yo, what you're not gonna do is call out my situation. Like, stop talking about my family, or I'm gonna have to come over there and whoop your ass." And Peter was like, "Do what you feel like you need to do. Like, if you're feeling froggy, jump." And so Cisco gets up and he walks off, and Rich goes after him, and Rich tells him, like, "Listen, you have to understand why this man is upset. You got to understand why this man has a problem. But what you have to do is you've got to stop doing things that's picking at him. Like, you've been picking at him, and you've got to stop, because it's not cool. At a certain point, you're going to ask for something you ain't ready for." And Cisco was like, "Listen, at the end of the day, y'all don't understand where I am right now." He was like, "When I leave here, I'm going home, and I am alone. I am by myself. I am alone." He said, "Y'all have y'all family. Y'all have y'all kids. Y'all have people in your life. I don't have anybody." And he's crying, and he's all emotional. And Rich was like, "That's what you need to tell us. Like, stop playing games and stop playing all hard. That's what we need to know. We need to know what's going on and why you are acting the way you are acting." He was like, "Get yourself together, clean yourself up, and come outside, and let's have that real man conversation with Peter so he'll understand. Because right now, we don't know what's going on with you. I mean, we know, but we don't know. Like, you need to talk to us." So while this is going on, Stevie J is outside with Peter. And basically, Stevie J was like, "Yo, I got something to tell you." He was like, "Shakana told me that Cisco admitted to him that he slept with Amina." Peter was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah." He said, "I don't really like that. I don't really appreciate that. But I'm just telling you that's what he said. I mean, that's what she said." So he was like, "Huh. Okay." So, excuse me. So Rich comes out. Cisco's still in the bathroom getting himself together. And they tell Rich what was going on. Rich was like, "Are you serious? Like, I was just in there begging this dude to come back out here and talk to you so we could work this out." He was like, "But if that's what he out here doing, or he out here saying, like, I can't do nothing for him. Like, that's not cute. And I don't know if I can do anything for him. I can't help him." So Cisco comes out, and Peter asked him point blank, like, did you tell anybody that you slept with Amina?" He didn't even ask him whether it was true. He just asked him, "Did you say that you did it?" And Cisco was like, "No." He was like, "I did." He said, "I would never say that." He said, "I didn't say that." And so Stevie was like, "Yo, Shakana told me point blank. It was no ifs, ands, or buts. She told me you said it." And he was like, "I didn't say it. I wouldn't say nothing like that." So Peter was like, "All right, if you said you didn't say it, you ain't say it. It's cool." He said, "I'm going to believe you. If you tell me you ain't say it, I believe you." But he also got his ass up out from that table and walked out. He was like, "Yeah, but I'm done with this conversation." And he said, "It's only been so many times you're going to burn me, and then I'm going to just have to be done with it." But that's where it ends. Next week is the season finale, honey. And so y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.